all I want is like rocks.
Words that will come back to haunt me. With a big trip planned out west this year, we knew that we would have lots of highway miles, and we intended to use the trailer for off-roading. So we set out early in the morning to try the trailer on some interstate travel to see how it handled around the tractor trailers, getting on and off the interstate and in traffic. The trailer handled beautifully on the interstate around the tractor trailers and tracked perfectly. Pleased with the performance of the trailer on the interstate, we decided to look for some rocks to try the trailer off-road. We knew that we would be putting the trailer through its paces when we take our trip out west. We wanted to be assured that the trailer could handle the rugged terrain. We ascended the mountain roads until we found some more challenging terrain. Although we found some beautiful scenic vistas, it was lacking in rocks, what we really wanted to test the trailer on. We continued down the narrow and sometimes muddy trail in search of an area where we could find rocks to test the trailer. Discovering what we thought was a side road soon ended up as a dead end, and we were forced to make a 3-point turn and turn around. What seemed like an easy maneuver soon turned into a disaster. Watch the trailer through the right rear window. And the surprise is on our faces.
What the hell? Whoa. Something snapped. Let's have another view of that.
We spent the next hour assessing the situation, getting the trailer tilted forward, removing all the gear, putting it into our Jeep, headed for home, only to make a second trip down the same night for the remainder of the materials. My brother and Cory from Hardcore Offroad showed up the next morning, and we proceeded to load the trailer onto their flatbed.
Probably good.
Carefully, we walked and winched the trailer up onto the Hardcore flatbed.
What do you want me to do?
Almost.
I can't mess the door up. Ain't worried about it.
There. That loosens up, didn't it?
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Keep it from bouncing up and down.
Yeah. No real good way to do any of it, so. Kelly, give me your strap.
Within an hour, we had the trailer loaded on the flatbed and strapped it down. Cory showed off his strapping skills, and Tim wondered why his didn't quite look the same.
Mine don't look pretty good.
Oh, that's tied up.
Yeah. No, this is marked.
And soon we had the trailer secured and were headed for home. Originally, when I designed this, I started with a Northern Tool trailer, and this is the frame. This was not intended to be permanent, but give me a starting point for the build. Where we live, you have to get a trailer registered and titled, and then go through an enhanced inspection process, which can take anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks. So I started with the Northern Tool frame, and there's another frame on top. On the lower part of the body, there's a 2-inch square tube frame here. This was supposed to be removed, but I never got around to it. So what I did was I had a friend make up a tongue, and I bolted it to the side of the Northern Tool frame. There's 3 bolts that holds it on there. Well, I didn't spec out what thickness of tubing to use, and it looks like it's about an 1/8 inch thick. But if you look on this side, it's kinked in. So I believe what happened when I backed up into that mound and I jackknifed it tight, then I backed up a little bit more, I put that kink in there. And then when I pulled out, the passenger side tire hit the rock and it snapped. So we need to get this fixed. This frame is bent here from when we winched it to get it tilted down and loaded up onto the flatbed. I'm going to take it to Cory at Hardcore Offroad. He helped me with the rescue, and we're going to do an upgrade. So we're going to get rid of this cheap frame, and we're going to weld a totally new frame under the whole trailer with some of the other upgrades we've talked about. Need to do some electrical work, maybe add some more storage up front here. It's unfortunate this happened, but I'm glad it didn't happen on the interstate. Our intention was to test it out on the interstate and see how it handles in traffic and around tractor trailers, and it did well. Didn't weave at all, didn't even notice it. But when we got off-road and tried it in the rocks, that's when the damage occurred. In the meantime, we've had a big trip planned out west this year, and we're going to be going through South Dakota, Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, maybe a few other places, and the Jeep is going to be our home away from home. So we need to do some upgrades here. They'll be coming up in the next week or two, but we'll be sleeping inside. And of course we got to carry all our cooking and all our clothing, recovery gear, all that stuff. So I'll have to come up with some solutions here in the next week or two. Stay tuned, and we'll see you on the trail. While we're on our trip out west, you can catch Sunrise Mission on the Thatch app. If you're not familiar with the Thatch app, it is a traveler's social media platform, and we will be dividing our trip up into segments. Each segment will be divided into places that we stop, things that we do, activities, places we eat or sleep. You can also follow us on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook, Sunrise Mission.